Hello everyone, I am Sunil Kumar. In this video, I am going to solve a GATE question which came in 2004 using SRTF, shortest remaining time first. What they are asking, what is the average turnaround time using SRTF? So let us solve this question. So let's say this is ready queue. In ready queue at arrival time t equal to 0, is there any process or not? So see, if you see arrival time list, so there is a process P1 which arrived in ready queue at arrival time 0. So P1 is the process which arrived in ready queue. Now we are having only one process in ready queue, so we do not have any other option. So let us schedule the P1 process onto the CPU. So P1 process will be scheduled onto the CPU. So 0 to now. For how much amount of time I need to execute P1 process? So because next process is coming at arrival time, 1. So let us execute P1 process for 1 second. Correct. Now by this time another process is arrived into ready queue, which is P2. So P2 is also available in ready queue. Now, so we have executed P1 for 1 second, so it will become, it will become 4. So out of these two process, because we are having, P1 and P2 in ready queue, so we will compare the worst time of these two process. So out of these two process, P1 and P2, which process is having smallest worst time? So process P2. So process P2 will go for execution. P2 will go for execution. For how much amount of time I need to execute P2? See, because next process is coming at arrival time 2. So let us execute P2 for another 1 second. So it will become 2. Now, so we have executed P2 for 1 second. So it will become 2. Correct. Now by this time another process arrived in ready queue, which is P3. So P3 is also available. Correct. Now out of these three process, which process is having smallest worst time? So if you see, so it is it is P1 is the process which is having worst time, remaining worst time 4. P2 is the process which is having remaining worst time 2. So it is 3. So which process will go for execution? P2. P2 will go for execution. For how much amount of time I need to execute P2? So let us execute for another 1 second. So it will be 3. Is there any process which arrived in ready queue? There is no process which is newly arrived in ready queue. So P1 is already available, P2 is already available, and P3 is also available. So only these three process available. So see, now it will become 1. Now if you compare the remaining worst time of the processes, so which process will go for execution? Again P2 will go for execution. So P2 will go for execution. Let us execute P2 for another 1 second. So it will become 4. Now it will become 0. Okay, so by this time, is there any other process or is there any new process which arrived in ready queue? So if you see, so P4 is the process which arrived in ready queue at arrival time 4. So P4 will also available in ready queue. Now, so we have already executed P2 completely, so you can remove P2 from the ready queue because P2 is not going to be executed anymore. So now we are having P1 and P3 and P4. So these three process we are having. Now out of these, because every process arrived in ready queue, no other process is going to be arrive in ready queue. So out of these three process, which process is having smallest burst time? So process P1 is remaining burst time is what? 4. Process P2 remaining burst time, so it is executed. Process P3 remaining burst time is 3. Process P4 remaining burst time is what? 1. So out of these three process P4 will go for execution. P4 will go for execution. So burst time is what? 1. So it will become 0. So it is 5. Now out of these two process, which process will go for execution? P3. Can I execute P3 for 3 seconds, or I should execute for 1 second? Because there is no other process which wants to come into ready queue, so we can execute the remaining burst time of the process. So it is going to be 8. So it will become 0. Now what about P1? Only P1 is the process which is left, so we can schedule P1. So P1 will be scheduled. So it is going to be 12. So now let us calculate the completion, completion time of every process. Completion time of every process is what? So completion time of P1 is what? 12. Completion time of P2 is what? 4. Completion time of P3 is what? 8. Completion time P4 is what? 5. Now what is the turnaround time of every process? So turnaround time is nothing but the completion time minus arrival time. So it will become 12. It is going to be 3. It is going to be what? 6. It is going to be 1. Now what is the waiting time of every process? So waiting time is what? turnaround time minus burst time. So it will be 7, it is going to be 0, it is going to be 3, it is going to be 0. Okay, so what they are asking, what is the average turnaround time using SRTF? So we want to calculate turnaround time, average turnaround time. So average turnaround time formula is what? So total turnaround time divided by number of process. So total, what is the total turnaround time? So 12 plus 3, 15, 15 plus 7, 22. 22 divided by number of process is 4. So if you 5 point, so 220, so it's 5.5. So this is what the if you see, so this is the option number A. So this is about GATE 2004 question using SRTF.